Hey Duck fans, and happy August! Here in the United States, school is back in session, which means kids in the classrooms and homework on the table. Now, it's been a long time since I was in school, but I still remember my favorite activities always involved the computer. Edutainment was a popular method for teachers to entertain gaggles of children while sneaking some lessons in. We had the ever-popular Oregon Trail, but we also had games like Math Blaster for math and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego for geography. Disney themselves had a number of computer games designed to help kids learn different subjects with the help of various characters. There are a ton of Disney computer games aimed at the elementary school and kindergarten demographic with titles like Mickey's 1-2-3s and Donald's Alphabet Chase. There were also a few typing games, some art studios, and almost every animated film in the early 2000s had a read-along CD-ROM. I thought I'd take a look at a few of these old games, specifically those that have Donald Duck in them. Starting with Donald Duck's Playground for the Commodore 64 from 1986. In it, you play as Donald Duck, and your mission is to make enough money to build up your nephew's playground. There's a bare treehouse to begin with, but you add equipment as you play. There are 3 stages of difficulty: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. There are 4 mini-games to play in order to earn money to buy the pieces of the playground you need. Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy each run different stores that have different playground equipment for you to purchase. This game is meant to teach math, adding, subtracting, money management, as well as the concept of budgeting. The mini-games test reaction time and reflexes with the sorting aspect in basically all of them. I do want to give a small warning here. If any of you Duck fans want to give this game a shot, I've linked below where you can play this in your browser. The sound is Commodore 64 quality, so it's not great. It can get grating pretty quickly, so turning off the sound may improve your experience. Disney's Phonics Quest is a fantasy-themed English lesson from 2001. In it, you play as Mickey Mouse reprising his role as the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Once again, he's mismanaged Jensen's magic, but instead of using the hat, this time 6 different items ranging from a broomstick and scepter to Jensen's shoes have been magically swept out of the castle. We have to retrieve said items, and that's when the English lesson comes in. There are 6 different minigames to play in order to acquire the pieces we need. Donald's game is actually Daisy's game, where Donald is in a reading class that Daisy is teaching. We can help Donald by picking tiles that have words on them, initially to finish sentences, but then later on to categorize by vowel sounds. For example, Disney may give us 2 words such as high and hill, and we have to separate tiles with words on them that have similar sounding vowels, like pie for high and chill for hill. There is a star ranking system at the bottom of the screen that determines how difficult the lesson will be, but there's no getting out of the most difficult version because you have to pass that in order to claim your prize. The last game I wanted to play is Disney's Learning Adventure, The Search for the Secret Keys, but I can't for the life of me get the copies I could find to play. Thankfully, there's a full playthrough of it on YouTube, which I've linked below for all you Duck fans to check out. The story of The Search for the Secret Keys is that Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto arrive at a house, but it's clearly not the one they're looking for. They end up trapped inside what appears to be a haunted house and need to find 6 keys to get back out. Like many point-and-click edutainment games, little details keep the player entertained, even when idle. The characters will walk through whichever room you're currently in, and sometimes interact with each other. Donald unwittingly introduces the player to some of the different minigames that have to be played in order to get the keys. He starts us by finding leaky pipes in the basement that trigger a temper tantrum because a ghost manipulates the water to get Donald soaked. In doing so, he breaks the pipes, and we have to fix them. The game here is a water puzzle where you connect pipes to keep the basement from flooding. This is meant to teach the player how to look at a problem from all angles and solve it by reconfiguring the pieces. The in-game manual says it's meant to help teach spatial relationships and visual planning. Upon solving all stages, the naughty ghost that was teasing Donald gives Mickey one of the keys. The next game is found upstairs in a parlor with a pipe organ. Donald attempts to play, but another mischievous ghost won't let him have a turn at the keys, so he storms off. We then are instructed to follow written music and play along using color-coded keys. This game introduces the player to sight reading, and teaches us how to differentiate notes by sound. After playing through a short book of music, Donald comes back and the organ spits a key at him. There are other games that teach spelling, math, and organization, but Donald's only in the first two. Despite my age, I'm still a fan of edutainment games. I wish Disney still made them, but I'm satisfied knowing I can find them online when I really want to. I didn't even cover the Flash games that used to be on Playhouse Disney. Were any of these games favorite for you, Duck fans? Let me know. Until next time.